exists, as in you're ontologically committed to that, that means you posit the fact that it's definitively likely. If it's definitively likely, that means that this thing is a fact. Ergo, it corresponds to
I didn't
reality.
agree that. I don't agree that's something being like me agreeing to an ontological status via our perception means that that thing is truthfully there. It's just we are perceiving it in this way. Like how do
Yeah.
you know what like how do we know what likelihood is in the first place? That's
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
would
yeah.
call into question.
Yeah. So one, you just conceded again because your
I
perception would be.
didn't.
Hold on, I'll explain why, Hunter. Do not cut me off. I gave you charity to speak. Anyways,
Sure.
so one, you said that we know likelihood is there intuitively or via our sensory experience, which you just ontologically committed to your sensory experience. Two, once again, Hunter, if you were to say that likelihood exists intuitively, that would be you warranting the fact that your intuition exists. Or if I were to grant the fact that it's not likelihood, but instead it's a possibility, it's impossibility, etc., all these things by virtue of process of elimination would justify the fact that there is some type of fact within reality.
Yeah, the problem is that the thing that's being called into question, which is if reality as we perceive it is objectively real, is still under question, regardless of that.
Yeah, what you just said doesn't actually address what I said because you're saying what's called into question is whether or not what we perceive is actually what's there. However, all I define reality as is what is there. I define existence.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me finish. What there is. I define existence as what there is what exists, by the way. I define existence as to be a value of a variable. If that is the case, then any form of communication or speaking, like for example, a word, which is Hunter, that doesn't need a reference point within quote unquote physical or concrete existences, but instead that can be a conceptual idea which would exist within reality by my definition.
Okay, cool. I can just not agree to that.
Would not agree to what?
That your defining point. It doesn't matter. I don't care. That's
My
not what I
what?
agree. Reality.
Wait, my
That's
what?
I
My
don't
what?
agree
My
to
what?
your. Are you going to cut me off? Am I not allowed to
No,
cut
no.
you off? You're allowed to cut me off.
I was asking what you said, Hunter. I didn't hear you.
Okay. If I'm going to repeat myself for the third time, I don't think that actually addresses my point about how we perceive, and nor do I have to agree to that definition of reality.
You don't. Okay. And once again, my opening as to what I believe reality was X. You agreed to go under this debate going by
I did
definition
not.
X.
I did
Yes, you
not.
did. I literally
No, I
said,
didn't.
hold on, let
No,
me
I
finish,
didn't.
Hunter. Hunter, let me finish. You
I
don't want
did
to.
not agree to that
Anyways,
definition. You are cutting.
Hunter, you cut me off. I was not done speaking. I allowed you to
Sure,
finish.
go ahead. Go ahead. Sure, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes. So I define reality as X. I said under your definition, sure, I understand you don't disagree with my position. However, under my definition, do you disagree with my position? You said yes. We started a debate. So within the debate
No,
parameters, I propose this thing.
no,
If you're disagreeing, I just gave
no.
my argument for
I
it.
never agreed to it. I never agreed to it.
You never agreed to what?
I
The
never agreed to
definition?
that definition. I
Yeah, I mean,
never
it doesn't
agreed to that.
matter. I can give an argument for why the definition is the case. Like, you
Okay,
can't give an
sure,
argument for why
but
your definition is the case. Like, what the fuck?
what do you mean I can't give an argument?
There is no argument that you can use as to justify for your definition being over mine or anything along those lines, Hunter.
Why? Why?
Because you have yet to give it, and I believe that you cannot give it because it's impossible. I don't believe that position can be justifiable.
Why?
It's a belief I have. I don't need to justify the belief claim
Why do you not have to justify the belief?
because a belief claim is not the same thing as an assertion. But once again, this is irrelevant. So reality is what there is. What there is what exists. I define
Okay,
existence as
sure.
a value of a variable. Therefore, language can be things that exist without a physical reference point.
Sure.
Pause. Infinity. Like,
Yeah,
sorry for posting this, but can you
yeah.
repeat what you said? Because I need to write it down.
Yeah, I said reality is what there is. What there is what exists. Existence is to be a value of a variable. Therefore, the domain of discourse doesn't have to be limited to physical things.
All right.
Okay, Hunter, respond to what I said.
Sure. So I can just posit reality to be what we are perceiving. What is the error there? Why
Yeah, I'm
is your
saying,
definition
I'll
more
explain.
powerful than mine?
Yeah, the problem is the reason why it will be quote unquote more powerful than yours is because your definition is not mutually exclusive to mine. If you're positing reality to be what is or what we perceive, I'm saying that perception will be something that is there, which you are positing by virtue of your definition. Is that if that is the case, that will be a justifier for my position, which is whether we can determine objectivity.
Okay, but I don't agree to what you mean by objectivity, which I described earlier. Like
just
that
said it's a fact.
to me, okay. I already said earlier that I didn't agree to that definition of objectivity. Like
You
I
literally
already
said you
said
did.
early, no, don't cut
No,
me
you
off
said you
because
didn't
we're not
agree
gonna
why
do
you
this. We're not
agree
gonna do
out.
this. We're not gonna do this. We're not gonna do this. Let me
I can do
fucking
what I
speak.
want, nigga. Fuck. Go ahead.
Okay,
I'll gonna speak. Fuck.
okay. What I said earlier is when you had first said before the preamble, before we even entered any amount of discourse, you had said that you defined objectivity as a fact, and
Uh,
I said that would be what we could call something relatively objective, which means that we can agree because of what we perceive that that thing is objective. That has nothing to do with
that has
anything that
nothing
I
to
was
do with
going
what
to
I
present.
just said. That's not what I said at all. What you just
Okay,
said
then
is
we can
as
end
a
here. We're
concept.
done.
Okay, hold on.
We're done.
Anyway,
We're done.
hold
We're
on,
done.
hold
We're
on.
done.
I'll
No,
explain
we're
it.
done. I'm done. No, I'm done.
I'm
There's
trying
no
to explain.
explanations. This
I'm
is done. We're
trying to
done.
explain
We are
how you
done.
did
We
agree.
are
You
done.
just shut up.
We are
I'm
done.
trying to
We are
explain how
done.
you did
We are
agree to it.
done.
I'm
We are
trying to
done.
explain how you
We are
did
done.
agree to it.
We are
Oh my
done.
God, shut up.
We are
Shut up, shut up,
done.
shut up, shut up, shut up,
No,
shut up,
we
shut
are
up.
done.
I want
We are
moderation.
done.
I want moderation. What do you want to moderate?
Conclusions. I'm done.
I'm not. Wait. I'm okay. I'm just gonna talk over you there. Anyway, so back to what I was saying.
Okay, bye.
If you actually listen. Okay. Anyways, I'm just gonna place for the recording and for the judge. If you actually listen within his definition.
No.
Hold on, Shaggy. No, because he just gave an argument. I'm not letting him leave like he did Reaper when he got bitched out of VC and then he just wanted to claim that he won because no argument was gave. So the argument in response to what he just said was, I'm not saying, or what's in contention is not whether the fact is actualized, because he's saying, well, I believe a fact to be what we perceive. That's a relative fact. I'm saying that, well, by your definition, I don't care if it's what you perceive, but instead you are using, or yeah, what you perceive, but instead you are using your sensory data. You're positing that exists. You're having an ontological commitment to your sensory data. If that is the case, then by both my definition and your definition of a fact, that will be justification of my position. I'm not saying what you see and what the consensus on what you see is a fact or not. I don't care about that. I'm saying what you are using to see this thing was which is your methodology, and I'm saying your methodology would be a concession on your position. So, anyways, GG's.
Oh, and Infinity. To shorten like what he said, as I've written down. So Infinity asks the question, "Do you believe likelihood exists?"
Mhm.
Hunter asks the question, the probability of something. Infinity agrees, and Hunter then agrees to that said thing. Infinity then says Hunter disagreed because of this thing being definitively likely. Infinity, correct me if I'm wrong.
Wait, what? Disagree with what?
You're saying that what's the name? I'm saying that you said Hunter conceded because he agreed with this thing being definitively likely via the
Yeah,
probability of
if
something.
he's saying that this thing is likely, that's him conceding to the fact that this thing is definitively likely.
Exactly.
Yes.
So yeah, so that's all I've written down. So and Hunter left the VC. So by virtue of discourse, Hunter would lose.
Okay.
So
And who lost argumentatively?
well, I'd say
You did.
Hunter. I'd say Hunter.
Yeah, okay. So I got judgment, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yo,
so
this is
progressive.
bias. Oh nah. Yo,
There's
everyone
there's
in here, I
literally
just
no
want y'all to
bias.
know this guy Infinity got
Wait,
slammed.
no, I can show you
For
on
real.
my notes.
Oh, Infinity literally lost in 30 seconds.
Yeah,
Literally,
definitely.
like what? This guy
I
Infinity
lost
is
so
so
badly. I lost
ass.
so badly that he conceded to his position 3 times.
Oh nah, this is wild, bro.
I lost so badly that he conceded his position.